A grocery store will show you thousands of things, but most of them won't help you put supper on the table. They'll sell you little boxes, pretty packages, snacks with pictures of farms on them, and all kinds of things that look useful until you get home and still don't know what to cook. That's how folks spend too much and still feel like the kitchen is empty. So today, I'm showing you the 23 groceries I'd rather see in your cart every week. Now, some of these you'll buy every week, and some you'll just check and restock when they're running low. But these are the foods that stretch, keep, mix together, and turn into breakfast, supper, leftovers, and something to carry into tomorrow. I've cooked on tight budgets my whole life for family, church kitchens, and hard seasons, and these groceries have never let me down. Let's start with the meal builders. First up, eggs. And if you're saying, Granny Sue, everybody knows about eggs, stay with me. Eggs are one of the hardest working groceries in that cart. A dozen eggs can handle breakfast, lunch, supper, and baking. Scramble them with onion. Boil a few for quick lunches. Drop one into fried rice. Add them to cornbread, biscuits, pancakes, or meatloaf. If you've got leftover vegetables and a little cheese, eggs can turn that into a skillet before anybody starts talking about takeout. That's how you stay away from frozen breakfast sandwiches, drive-through mornings, protein bars, and those microwave egg cups that cost too much and still leave you hungry. If eggs are in the house, you can usually figure something out. You might be tired, but you're not stuck. Next is white rice. I know some folks have opinions about white rice, and that's fine. I'm not here for a nutrition argument. I'm here for the budget, and white rice wins. A big bag costs a few dollars and feeds a family more times than you can count. Rice goes under chicken, beside beans, under gravy, into soup, and behind a small piece of meat to make it feel like enough. It also keeps better than brown rice because brown rice has oils that can turn rancid faster. That's why old pantries trusted white rice. And don't let those flavored rice packets fool you. You can season your own rice with butter, garlic, onion, or a Bullion cube, and it'll taste better. Rice is the thing I reach for when the meat is short and people still need feeding. Right beside rice, you need beans. Dried if you've got time, canned if you don't. Beans get called boring, but that's usually because somebody didn't cook them right. A pot of pinto beans with onion, garlic, and a little seasoning is not a sad supper. It is supper. Black beans go in tacos, kidney beans go in chili, white beans go in soup, chickpeas can go in salads, rice bowls, or mashed into a spread if that's what you like. And beans help you stop acting like meat has to be on the table every single night. It doesn't. Put beans with rice, add onion and flavor, and you've got enough food to feed people without running back to the meat counter. Now let's talk about rolled oats. Not those flavored packets. Those are mostly sugar in a pretty sleeve. I'm talking about plain rolled oats, the kind that come in a big canister or bag and cost a whole lot less. Oats make a breakfast that actually holds you. Cook them with milk or water, add a pinch of salt, maybe a banana, apple, cinnamon, or a drizzle of honey, and you've got something warm and filling. They'll also help you skip box cereal, granola bars, expensive overnight oat cups, and breakfast foods that leave you hungry again before lunch. And don't leave oats in the breakfast corner. You can use them in meatloaf, cookies, homemade snack bars, or grind them into oat flour when baking needs stretching. Oats are what I call no-drama food. They sit in the pantry, cost pennies, and somehow keep folks from tearing through the snack cabinet before noon. Let me say something about potatoes. Plain, ordinary potatoes. And I want you to stop walking past them like they're nothing. A bag of potatoes can feed your family for days. You can bake them, boil them, mash them, roast them, fry them up with onions, or slice them into soup. They keep well, they go with almost any protein, and they fill you up better than a little side salad ever could. And don't pay more for boxed mashed potatoes, frozen fries, or prepared potato sides when a bag of potatoes can do all that work. A baked potato with butter and cheese can be lunch. Potatoes with eggs and onions can be breakfast. Potato soup can carry you through the end of the week. I've seen potatoes save more suppers than people want to admit. Sweet potatoes go right beside those regular potatoes, especially if you like a little sweetness on the plate. I like them because they don't ask much from you. Bake one while you're doing something else. Split it open, add a little butter, and you've got something warm and filling. Cube them up and roast them beside chicken. Mash them for Sunday dinner. Slice them thin if you want your own version of sweet potato fries. Those black plastic trays of pre-cut sides look convenient, but you're paying somebody to do 5 minutes of cutting. A sweet potato can do the job for less and still taste like you tried. Number 7, cabbage. And don't make that face. Cabbage has helped more kitchens than folks give it credit for. One head of cabbage can sit in your refrigerator a good while without getting soft and sorry. That bagged salad can't say the same. You buy it Monday, and by Wednesday, it's sweating in the bag like it's been through something. Cabbage gives you options. Slice it thin for slaw, chop it into soup, fry it down with onion and butter, stir it into noodles, stretch a skillet of ground meat with it. If you've got rice and a little meat, you can even make cabbage rolls. And don't pay extra for those coleslaw kits unless you truly need the shortcut. Most of the time, it's cabbage cut up and dressed up in a bag. Buy the whole head, cut what you need, put the rest back. It'll still be there when you're ready for it. Number 8, whole carrots. Not baby carrots. Not the veggie tray with the tiny cup of dip sitting in the middle. I'm talking about the regular bag of whole carrots. They cost less, you get more, and they last a good while in the refrigerator. You can slice them into soup, toss them into stew, roast them with a little butter or oil, shred them into slaw, or cut them into sticks yourself. It takes 2 minutes and your knife is already in the kitchen. Those baby carrots may look convenient, but you're paying extra for somebody to trim them down and make them cute. Same thing with those pre-cut trays. Most of the time, the whole bag gives you more food for less money. And when carrots start looking a little tired, don't throw them out. Put them in soup. That pot won't care if they're not pretty. Number 9, onions and garlic. These two go together, so I'm not going to separate them. If your food tastes flat, don't blame the beans, don't blame the rice. You probably forgot the onion and garlic. They are the foundation of so many good meals. Soups, stews, skillet suppers, rice dishes, sauces, roasted vegetables, cabbage, beans, and meat. Start with onion and garlic and a little butter or oil, and suddenly the kitchen smells like something good is happening. Onions can sit in a basket or cabinet for weeks. Garlic lasts even longer. And for just a few dollars, they'll help flavor meals all week long. I keep onion powder and garlic powder too, so I'm not fussing. But fresh onion and garlic do something those seasoning packets never quite manage. They make cheap food taste cooked. Number 10, frozen vegetables. I love fresh vegetables when I know I'm going to cook them. But fresh vegetables that sit in the refrigerator until they get soft, wet, and sad are not helping anybody. Frozen vegetables don't put that kind of pressure on you. They're already washed, already cut, and waiting until you need them. Toss a handful into rice, soup, pasta, scrambled eggs, or a skillet meal without making a whole production out of it. And don't act like you've never bought broccoli or green beans with good intentions, then found them later looking like they gave up on life. We've all done it. Frozen vegetables may not be glamorous, but they get something green on the plate when the day has already worn you out. Number 11, canned tomatoes. This one right here has saved many a supper. Diced, crushed, whole, fire roasted, I don't care which kind you buy. Just have some ready. A can of tomatoes can turn into sauce, soup, chili, stew, cabbage rolls, or a skillet meal. Add onion, garlic, a little seasoning, and maybe some ground meat or beans, and now it tastes like you had a plan all along. And let's be honest about fresh tomatoes. When they're in season, they're wonderful. But those pale, hard tomatoes sitting in the store in the wrong season, half the time they don't taste like much of anything. A can of tomatoes gives you a meal starter for cheap. It also keeps you from paying $4 or $5 for jarred sauce every time pasta shows up. When the kitchen feels empty, canned tomatoes can help you find a way to cook. Number 12, whole chicken or chicken thighs. This is where the grocery bill can get away from you if you're not careful. If the whole chicken is a good price, get the whole bird. Don't let it scare you. Roast it, put it in the slow cooker, or boil it down for soup. Eat some for supper. Pull the rest off the bone, and now you've got meat for sandwiches, rice bowls, tacos, chicken salad, or a pot of soup. And don't throw those bones away too fast. Put them in a pot with water, onion, and a little salt, and you've got broth for another meal. If the whole chicken is too high that week, look at chicken thighs. Thighs are usually cheaper than breast. They have more flavor, and they don't dry out so quick. Bake them, braise them, put them over rice, or let them cook slow while you do something else. That's a better deal than paying extra for pre-marinated chicken or buying rotisserie every time supper feels hard. Number 13, ground meat. Beef, turkey, pork, chicken. I'm not picky about which one you buy. Get what fits your budget and what your family will actually eat. Ground meat stretches better when you don't make it the whole meal. A pound turned into burgers is gone fast. But that same pound cooked with onion, garlic, beans, rice, pasta, cabbage, or canned tomatoes can feed more people without anybody feeling shorted. You can use it for spaghetti sauce, tacos, chili, soup, meatloaf, stuffed peppers, cabbage rolls, or a quick skillet supper. And you don't need taco kits or frozen skillet bags telling you how to season it. Buy the plain meat. Season it yourself. Split it up if you need to. A little ground meat can carry more than one supper when you let the pantry help. Number 14, canned tuna or sardines. I know sardines are not everybody's business, and that's all right. Tuna will do just fine. But don't sleep on canned fish. A can of tuna can turn into sandwiches, tuna salad, pasta, a quick casserole, or a little lunch with crackers and pickles. If you do like sardines, put them on toast with hot sauce or mustard, and you've got something filling in 5 minutes. That kind of food helps on the days when you're hungry and not about to stand over a stove. No freezer space, no thawing, no worrying about it spoiling by Friday. Just a few cans in the pantry, ready when you need something quick. Deli meat gets expensive fast. So do those protein snack packs. Canned fish gives you lunch without making another trip or pulling into a drive-through. Number 15, peanut butter. A big jar of peanut butter can do more than folks give it credit for. It makes sandwiches, goes on toast, stirs into oatmeal, spreads on apple slices, and can even turn into a quick sauce for noodles if you thin it with warm water and seasoning. And some days, you don't need a whole production. You need something that will hold you over without sending you to the gas station for snacks. Those protein bars, snack packs, and vending machine bites add up fast. A jar of peanut butter and a loaf of bread can handle lunch for several days and still cost less than a couple of fast food meals. Check the label when you can. The shorter the ingredient list, the better. But if your budget is tight, don't get proud. Buy what you can afford and use it. Number 16, dry pasta. A few boxes in the pantry can turn into supper faster than most folks can decide what they want from takeout. You can make pasta with butter and garlic when the kitchen is almost empty. Add canned tomatoes and ground meat, and now you've got a full plate. Toss in frozen vegetables, tuna, cheese, or leftover chicken, and it stretches even further. And please don't let the store convince you that you need boxed pasta meals with the powder packet. Most of the time, you're paying extra for noodles, salt, and something pretending to be cheese. Cook your own pasta. Use what you already have in the pantry or freezer. A box of pasta means you still have a way to make dinner. Number 17, block cheese. I know shredded cheese is easy. I've bought it too. But a block of cheese usually gives you more for the money, and it doesn't dry out as fast once it's opened. Get a simple block of cheddar, Colby, or mozzarella. Slice it for sandwiches, shred it over eggs, melt it into potatoes, soup, pasta, or rice. Cut a few cubes if somebody needs a quick snack, and don't be scared of the grater. It takes less than a minute, and the cheese melts better when you shred it yourself. Those bags of shredded cheese are handy, but you're paying for the shortcut. Same with wrap slices and cheese snack packs. They disappear fast and cost more than they should. That's the kind of grocery I like. Use it once, then use it again somewhere else. Number 18, butter. Real butter, not margarine, not butter-flavored spread, not a spray can that hisses at you. Butter. I'm not telling you to use half a stick on everything. I'm saying a little butter can make plain food worth eating. Put it on toast, vegetables, rice, eggs, biscuits, cornbread, or potatoes, and suddenly that simple plate feels like something people want to sit down to. When food tastes flat, folks start looking around. They want chips. They want takeout. They want something from the drive-thru because what's on the plate didn't satisfy them. A pound of butter can last a good while if you use it right. Buy store brand if that's what fits your budget. Watch for sales and freeze an extra box when you can. A little flavor can keep people eating what's already cooked.
Number 19, cooking oil. And I don't mean anything fancy. Get the oil your house actually uses. Vegetable oil, canola oil, olive oil, whatever fits your budget and your cooking. A bottle of oil helps you fry eggs, roast potatoes, soften onions, cook cabbage, brown ground meat, make pancakes, grease a pan of cornbread, or keep chicken from sticking to the skillet. Butter gives flavor, but oil does the everyday work. And if you've ever tried to cook with nothing in the pan, you already know how fast food starts sticking, burning, and acting ugly. Don't let the store talk you into tiny bottles with fancy labels if your budget is tight. A plain bottle of cooking oil will carry a lot of meals. Number 20, milk or powdered milk. Fresh milk is fine when you use it up. It goes in oatmeal, cornbread, biscuits, mashed potatoes, scrambled eggs, gravy, sauces, and a glass at breakfast if you've got children around. But if you live alone or you don't go through milk fast, don't keep buying a whole gallon just to pour half of it down the sink. That's when powdered milk makes sense. Use it in pancakes, biscuits, soups, mashed potatoes, oatmeal, and gravy. Nobody is going to stop eating because the milk came from a canister. And watch those flavored milk drinks and fancy creamers. They cost more than people realize. Plain milk does more jobs. Powdered milk waits in the pantry and doesn't spoil by Friday. Number 21, flour or cornmeal. And don't leave me here because this is where the grocery store gets a lot of people. They'll sell you pancake mix, biscuit mix, cornbread mix, frozen biscuits, frozen garlic bread, and all kinds of boxes that started with the same basic thing, flour or cornmeal. A bag of flour can make biscuits, pancakes, dumplings, gravy, pie crust, and a coating for a chicken. A bag of cornmeal can make cornbread, corn cakes, and fish breading if that's how you cook. And no, you don't have to turn into some fancy baker. Start with one thing. Learn a simple pan of cornbread. Learn a small batch of biscuits. Once you know that, those boxes won't look so necessary. Flour and cornmeal give you options when the bread is gone and the money is tight. Number 22, Bullion cubes. Those little cubes don't look like much, but they have saved many a plain pot in my kitchen. A box costs very little, and one cube can turn water into something that tastes like you had broth ready. Drop one into rice, add one to beans, put one in soup, gravy, cabbage, greens, or a pot of vegetables that needs help. If you make homemade broth, good, use it. But don't feel bad keeping bouillon in the pantry. Everybody doesn't have a chicken carcass simmering on the stove every week. And those cartons of broth are useful, but they cost more, take up space, and once you open them, you've got to remember they're in the refrigerator. Bouillon waits until you need it. One cube can keep a plain pot from tasting like hot water and disappointment. Number 23, apples or bananas. I like having some kind of simple fruit in the house because sooner or later somebody wants something sweet. And if there's no fruit around, that's when the cookies, candy bars, chips, and gas station snacks start looking real interesting. Apples are good because they keep a while in the refrigerator. Bananas are good because they're cheap, easy to eat, and they work in oatmeal, pancakes, smoothies, or banana bread once they get too soft. You don't need fancy fruit trays. You don't need fruit cups swimming in syrup. Just put something simple where people can see it. A banana on the counter or an apple in the fridge can keep you from spending $3 on a snack that won't even hold you. Now listen, I'm not saying you can never buy anything fun. I'm saying get the food that actually feeds you into that cart first. When you've got eggs, rice, beans, potatoes, cabbage, chicken, pasta, canned tomatoes, and a few pantry helpers, you're not starting from empty. You've got meals waiting to happen. And if you want to protect those groceries after you bring them home, watch the next video. 30 pantry foods you're storing wrong. Some may already be ruined. Because buying good food is one thing, keeping it from spoiling is another.